can I make me some time? I never got time. I'm missing holidays, but in a lot of ways I'm still gifted. Regardless if it's Christmas, snooze my alarm again. And a lot might come to get me before I ride away in that Bentley. This what he said, you might not wake up and be snoozing again. You can't let a new era get to your head. Dress for the camera again. Funny how you look the best when you at the top. Funny how you look the same when you die. Respect the dead, they gon' ask me, but you can't see Gucci shoes in it. There's gotta be better ways to lengthen my resume. I wish I could get away. I might just try today. Go wings and fly away. Might lose my mind today. Need something right away. Never expected a medal for doing my job. You never need a receipt when you give it to God. But how can I prove I'm alive? My blood and my sweat is a sign. My OG would pull me aside and tell me it's due when you died. I got back pain, I got carried away. Migraine, every day, max pain, no minimum wage. Tax break, they take everything. To be frank, I feel like I'm saint. Heavy bags, Louis is saint. What if I give it away? I might just try to overwork underpaid.
We'll see the Golden State Warriors taking on the Washington Wizards. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Curry wide open from outside off the mark.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Sprinting up the floor and beating everyone down. That's the reward for Chris Middleton.
Brent Coulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Okay. And I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
With the drive. And he jams it with authority.
No mistake about it. Middleton rising up that time for a vicious dunk.
Here's Curry. Up and in on the layup.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Poole for three. Green with the rebound. And it's the Warriors' ball. The tray. And that's good. Stephen Curry for three.
Three-point field goal.
Curry's got 5 points so far.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
George looking around. Kicks it down to Middleton. To the middle. Here's Sarr. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's where you want Sard doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint.
Outside Curry. Warriors getting another chance here. Shot clock at 5. Here's Butler. Pass to Podziemski. Here's Curry. Again, Curry missing.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
You know, Brent, the Wizards had a very tough 23-24 campaign, didn't they?
Very difficult for everybody, their fans, their ownership, and their coaching staff, which changed last year. Just 15 wins, a record low for a very prideful Washington franchise. Their offense struggled, their defense was 28th. On the bright side, a lot of minutes went to their younger players, so it's going to be another year of development in Washington.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. And now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. Pass to Podziemski. Curry with another miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Curry after the basket by Washington to end the cold streak. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 8.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
And it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Green.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, I appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
To the wing right side. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Curry. Unloads from 13.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. It's Curry outside. And so the first quarter is in the books. Wizards out front. They lead by 4. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Smart misses.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Washington. They lead by 4. With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
And when you watch Kispert, you know, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because you know he's a spot-up shooter and you know he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And the Warriors can't hang on to the ball. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Smart. Pass to Carrington. 6 to shoot. Now here's Kispert. And it's Curry with the rebound. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Moody with it, defended by Kispert. Back to Moody. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Pass to Podziemski. Here's Green. Over George. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Smart. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Warriors trailed by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Over in the corner, Green. Down low. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Second shot opportunity. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Podziemski's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And it's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton.
2 minutes.
Back to Butler. Out to Payton. The shot. And it's Butler missing. Wizards leading by 5. Here's Middleton. Driving to the basket. Nice defense from Kuminga. All right, Brent, quick. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself into situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
Now Butler. No scoring in this one. Hield left side. And again, it's the Warriors missing. George with the ball. Butler covering. Middleton left side. Back to Smart. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. That one misses. Here's Kuminga. Misses off the right iron. Washington leading now by 5. George. Good, and Smart gets the assist. George has got his first 2 points.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got the lead up to 9 now for Washington.
Staying confident in the paint. Middleton does a good job sinking that one.
Right side, Smart. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And he launches it from deep. And so it's Washington ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back right after this. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Wizards leading by 9. Pass to Champagnie. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
When you can score the ball and the defense makes adjustments your way to do that, Poole has to take advantage like that.
Now, here's Moody. Golden State moving the ball around. Back to Butler. And here is Curry. Guarded by Poole. From the arc. Moody's shot is off. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Basket counts. And the Wizards lead by 15.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
Now that's all right there because Draymond angled his body so well defensively and altered that shot.
Rebound, Washington. Outside for Curry. Shoots over Poole. Clock at 6. Curry is inside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is looking for greater parity, but Golden State's Draymond Green said, quite frankly, with this new CBA, dynasties are over. we're the last dynasty you'll be able to speak of because of the way this salary cap is set up. Guess we'll see. Kevin?
I hope he's not right, but he may be onto something, David. Thank you. Washington leading now by 15. Smart with the ball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
Curry looking it over. Pass to Moody. Curry on the wing. 8 points for him. Shoots over Holmes. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Back to Smart. Here's Champagnie. And here is Kispert. Draymond Green pulls it in. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Outside Curry. Green, the screen. Here's the three. The three ball from Curry.
Great execution. Steph just ripping the defense right now to shreds. What a great screen and roll action that was.
The Wizards with another miss. Warriors trailed by 14. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Washington on D. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Pass to Kispert. .132 left in the third quarter. Podziemski grabs the board. Got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Curry with him. And it's Johnson picking him up.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
First team foul.
Wizards on D. It's Curry outside. Unable to get that one.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Poole does a great job there, just extending and using his length to have an advantage on that shot.
They get the rebound. Curry is inside. 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by Golden State. Wizards leading by 16. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third.
Using those hops to attack the rim. Poole takes flight.
Outside Curry. .17 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Moody. To the inside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Basketball. Substitution for your Wizards. Anthony Gill.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
The Warriors, 14.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Warriors trailed by 18. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Curry can't get it to go.
He's not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
Here's Gill. Off target from outside. Now Podziemski. Outside for Curry. A three-pointer, no good.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Harrington, that's good.
And Bey with a good effort to just move the ball and keep his teammates involved.
Curry outside. Good on the triple.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
To the paint. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 17. Launches it. Outside for Curry. Second chance shot. And it's blocked. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock into it. Harrington. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And it goes on Draymond Green. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Here's Middleton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Second team foul.
And Middleton kept working and working, did not quit on the play, and that forced the defense into a foul.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
2 on the clock. Another miss by Curry. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
That's good from Poole. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty draft record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
I tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole. But really, you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds that.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Washington leading now by 22. Here's Middleton. The Warriors pull it in. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just